Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We're going to play game two of this two-game series between the New York Yankees and Los Angeles Angels. Excuse me for the cough. We got leading off for the Yankees, playing shortstop Jeter, batting second, playing first is Mattingly, batting third, playing left field is Judge, batting fourth, playing center field is Mano, batting fifth, playing right field is Maris, batting sixth, doing the catching is Howard, batting seventh, playing second base is Soriano, batting eighth, playing third base is Boyer, batting ninth, and on the mound is Mel Stottlemyre. And for the home team, Los Angeles Angels leading off, playing left field, Estrada, batting second on the catching is Downing, batting third, playing center field is Trout, batting fourth, playing right field is Anderson, batting fifth, playing first base is Joyner, batting sixth, playing third base is DeSensei, batting seventh, playing second base is Gritch. Excuse me, short darn cough. And where was we? Batting eighth.
Aber.
Ibar.
Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Apba. Batting ninth on the pitching is Chuck Finley. Let's get down here to the game and try to get this in without me coughing my head off. So leading off for the Yankees is Derek Jeter. He's batting 200 with no homers and 2 RBIs. And Chuck Finley, this is his 1990 season. He was 18-9 with a 2.4 ERA. Here's the pitch to Jeter. And he squares this one up. Derek's going to get on board here to lead off the top of the first. And that's going to be a double in the right field. So Jeter starts the game off with a double. Yankees right away got runners in scoring position for the 2-3-4 hitter now. You got Don Mattingly coming up for the first time this year in 1986. He batted .352 with 31 homers, 113 RBIs. And against a lefty, run 1 second, that'll be it's going to be a single in the right field. Anderson's got a pretty darn good arm out there. See here with nobody out and the big boys coming up. Jeter's going to try to score here. So that would be a 5. It's going to be a 46. 29. He's going to stop at third. They're going to play a little cautious here with the big boys coming up and nobody out. You got the M&M boys coming up after Judge also. So you got first and third. The Angels rather will play back for the double play. Aaron Judge batting .250 on the year, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And with the defense back, that's going to be a ground ball. Only play is going to be the first. The Sensei throws over. Yankees will score a run. Now you got a runner still in scoring position now with 1 out, and the M&M boys are coming up. First up is the Mick. And the Mick's batting .250. He's got a homer and an RBI already in the year. And let's see, they're going to intentionally walk the Mick with the left-handed Roger due up next. So now you got first and second, a double play chance. And Roger up. And Roger is 0 for 4 in the year so far. And that's going to be another ground ball down the third. And this time the sensei's going to go around the horn, and they're going to get the old 5-4-3 double play. So walking Mick pays off. But the RBI grounder by Mattingly gets the Yankees on the board 1-0. We go to the bottom of the first. Estrada due up, followed by Downing and Trout. And this is the 2000 season where Estrada batted .355 with 25 homers, 100 RBIs. He's going up against Mel Stottlemyre today. And Stottlemyre in 1968 was 21-12 with a 2.45 ERA. Here's the pitch to Estrada. And that's going to be a base on balls. So the Angels get the leadoff batter aboard just like the Yanks. See if they can bring him home like the Yanks did. Brings up Brian Downing. And Brian's first plate appearance of the year in 1979, he batted .326, 12 homers, and 75 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Stottlemyre gets a big strike out there with 1 out now. Brings up Mike Trout. And Trout's 0-for-4 on the year. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Roger and right for out number 2. And brings up Garrett Anderson. And Anderson in 2003 batted .315 with 29 homers, 116 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And Stottlemyre fires over to first. And the leadoff walk goes nowhere. We go to the top of the second. It's 1-0 New York. We got Howard, Soriano, and Boyer due up here. And Howard in 1961 batted .348 with 21 homers and 77 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to the sensei for out number 1. And Alfonso Soriano comes up to the plate in 2002. He batted .300 as the camera almost fell off. I don't know what's going on with this. Tighten it back up. So hopefully that stays now. I don't know what's going on with it. And like I say, he batted .300 with 39 homers and 102 RBIs. And this darn thing wants to start acting up. Let's try this again. Tighten it up. About as tight as it can get. Why is it still slipping? Got me. Trying to get it on there better. Trying to get it on there a little better. Maybe that'll do now. That's hopefully we got it on there. Here's the pitch to Soriano. And that's going to be against the lefty. 16 with nobody on. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Trout for out number 2. And that brings up Boyer. And Boyer in 1962 batted .272, 18 homers and 68 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. So at the very least, Boyer gets on here and brings up Stottlemyre so he won't lead off the inning. See the team comparisons. Yankees are 1-0. They was struck out 8 times, walked 3, 3 doubles. And the Angels are 0-1, 20 strikeouts, no walks, and 4 doubles. And Mel Stottlemyre in 1968, He batted 143 with no homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Finley goes over to first, and out of in the inning, Yankees strand one. We go to the bottom of the second. You got Joyner, the Sensei, and Grich due up here for the Angels. Wally in 1991 hit 300 with 21 homers, 96 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second for out number 1. And Doug the Sensei comes up to the plate now with 1 out, nobody on. And he is 0 for 3 on the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. STOTTLEMYRE's second strikeout of the game. That brings up Bobby Grich. And Bobby is batting .250 with no homers and no RBI. And that's going to be another ground ball down the second. A 1-2-3 inning for STOTTLEMYRE. To the top of the third we go. Yankees with a 1-0 lead. And we got the top of the order here. Jeter started this game off in the first with a double and came around to score the only run. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that is the first strikeout for Finley. 1 down here. Now Don Mattingly, he singled back in the first. And that's going to be a base on balls, and you can't afford to be giving them up. That's the third walk by Chuck, and here comes the big boys up now. All rise. Here comes the judge. He grounded in the third, but got an RBI out of it back in the first. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out there. Now there's 2 down and the mix up. And the Mick was intentionally walked his first time up. See if he can deliver with Mattingly down at first. And they don't want no parts of Mick this time. An intentional walk. So Mick trots on down to first again. It's up to Mr. Maris again, first and second. This time with 2 outs, he grounded into the old 5-4-3 and round the horn double play his first time up. And that's going to be a foul ball back behind the plate. Brian takes the mask off, makes the catch for out number 3. Excuse me. Yankees strand 2. It's still 1-0 New York as we go to the third. This still ain't staying tight. I don't know why. It's not staying tight. Don't know why. Alrighty, we got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Angels.
Apba.
We got Apba, then Finley, and then back to the top of the order. And Apba in 2009 hit .312, 5 homers and 58 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play, a 39, a 33, and a 39. And that's going to be hit out to right where Rogers at. A 54 and a 3 still might be fielding 1. Barely fielding 1. Nice play out there by Roger. Tracks that down for out number 1. So Roger makes the catch. Excuse me. Yeah, it brings up Chuck Finley. And here's the pitch to Chuck. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. Third strikeout for STOTTLEMYRE. He struck out 1 batter in each inning so far today. And Estrada due up here. He walked back in the first. And not this time. That ball is high. That ball is far. And this ball game's tied up, folks. He turned on that one. And now it's a 1-1 ball game. And Downing's up now. And Brian is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time against STOTTLEMYRE in the first. And that's going to be a rare play. 36 on a 36. And that's going to be ball one. So he gets behind in the count to Brian. And he's going to get a fly ball to Judge out in right field to end the inning. But the home run ties this ball game up. It's one apiece. So we go to the fourth. You got Howard due up now. Soriano and Boyer. Howard grounded out the third, back in the second. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Howard goes the other way. So a leadoff single, and you can see the Angels' upcoming schedules stay at home here. The Indians come to town for 3 and then Boston. Now you got Soriano due up with 1 on, nobody out. He's 0 for 1 today. He flew out the center back in the second. And that's going to be a fly ball this time out the left for out number 1. And Boyer's up now. Can he deliver here? Boyer, he walked his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss this time. So Boyer strikes out. Now there's 2 outs for Mel STOTTLEMYRE. Can he help his own cause? He grounded out to the mound his first time up. And that's going to be a pop-up behind home plate. Brian makes the catch. Yankees strand 1. It's still 1-1 going into the fourth, bottom of the fourth. Got the big boys due up here for the Angels. You got Trout, Anderson, and Joyner. As you can see, the team comparisons. The Yankees 1-0. They've scored 5 runs on 2 homers. Angels 1 run on 2 homers. And here's Trout. And he's 0 for 1 today. He flew out the right. And that's going to be a double in the right field. So a leadoff double by Mike Trout. And the Angels putting the pressure here on STOTTLEMYRE with a leadoff double. And Anderson's up now. He grounded out to the mound his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. 18. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. He's only a 7, huh? And I'll still be fielding column 1. And the runner will get down the third. So ground ball down the second. The runner advances. The Yankees are going to bring the infield in. It looks like this is going to be a pitching duel. So with a runner down at third, the infield in for Wally Joyner. He grounded out the second his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second again. 23 and a 7. And that's still fielding column 1. And with the infield in, that's going to be a single. And Trout's going to score. So that's going to be a single in the center field. Let's see here. Infield in. Single in the right field. And Trout's going to score. So now it's 2-1. Bring the infield in. Didn't pay off there. So now you got a runner down at first. And still 1 out. And the Angels up 2-1. Doug the Sensei, he struck out his first time up. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. There's the 2-0 pitch. And against the 10, that's going to be a fly ball out to Judge for out number 2. 2 down now. Comes up Bobby Grich. And Bobby is 0 for 1. He grounded out the second. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Boyer goes the long way to first. Now to end the inning, but the RBI single by Joyner makes it a 2-1 game. Got the top of the order due up here for the Yankees. See the Yankees' upcoming schedule. They got the go down to Oakland, take on the A's. Then after a 2-game series with Oakland, they're heading up to Seattle to take on the Mariners. And Jeter is 1-for-2 with that double back in the first. And that's going to be a base on balls. Jeter's on base for the second time here with a leadoff walk. Can the Yankees tie this game up now? Now you got Don Mattingly. He is 1-for-1, singled in the first and walked in the third. And here's the pitch to Don. And that's going to be a pop up behind home plate for out number 1. And here comes the big boys. Here comes Aaron Judge. And Aaron is 0-for-2. He does have a ground ball RBI back in the first. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Aaron Judge has just put the Yankees on top. 3-2. Let's line up his power, folks. Everybody wanted 1 out in a 3-2 ball game. Mick has walked both times. Once intentional, once unintentional, intentionally. And that's going to be another base on balls to Mick. Has walked all 3 times. Finley doesn't want to deal with him. He rather pitch to Roger, and it's paid off. Roger is 0-for-2 today. And let's see here. F. So Mick's down at first, and Roger's up. Can Roger keep this game merry-go-round going here? 1 out, 1 on. Here's the pitch to Roger. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field for out number 2. And STOTTLEMYRE comes to the plate now with two down. And Mantle at first. He's 1-for-2. He's singled in the fourth. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. And he'll take it himself for the out. But the Yankees score 2 on a 2-run homer by Judge and take a 3-2 lead going into the bottom of the 5th. We got Apba due up Finley and then back to the top of the order. And Apba is 0-for-1. He flew out to right. And that's going to be a rare play, a 30. 39 and a 65. And that's going to be a foul ball. Strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And he strikes him out. And that is STOTTLEMYRE's 4th strikeout of the game. And Finley comes up now. He struck out back in the 3rd. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Judge and left. 2 quick outs here. Back to the top of the order. And Estrada is 1-for-1. He has walked and homered back in the 3rd. And he squares this one up again. He's got Mills' number here. And that's going to be a single in the right field. Roger gets over there quickly, cuts it off. And you got a runner down at first with 2 outs. With 2 outs now. And Brian Downing's up. He's 0-for-2. He struck out and flown out. Let's see here. It'll be a 25. And I think he's going to try to get in the scoring position. He's going to try to take off. That'll be a 51 or lower. He's safe. Right? That's 5. Yep. And Howard throws him out, folks. So that's the 3rd out. He throws him out. Brian Downey's still standing at the plate. He goes back to the dugout, gets his equipment on, and we got the bottom part of the order due up here as Ken Castro joins us for the Yankees. Soriano, Boyer, and Stottlemyre. Soriano's over 2. He's flown out the center and left. And that's going to be a fly ball to right. Might as well fly out to all 3 of them, huh? So he spread the ball around. That brings up Boyer now. And Boyer is 0 for 1. He has walked and struck out, has yet to put the ball in play. And he finally does this time. That's a slow grounder down to Joyner. He takes it himself for out number 2. And that brings up Stottlemyre now. If there was somebody on, we might take him out, but we're going to let him hit here. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and popped up. And that's going to be against the right, a lefty, 18. And that's a nice play down there by at short, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 goes the Yankees. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Brian Downing, who was up 1. Estrada got thrown out. He's 0 for 2 today. He struck out and flown out. And here's the pitch to Downing. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. How often you see that after caught stealing, you get a base hit. So Downing's down at first with the tying run. Mike Trout, who is 1 for 2. He doubled in the 4th and came around the score. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And they'll get the runner out at second on the 6-4 putout. So now you got Trout down at first. And Anderson up. And Anderson's 0 for 2. He's grounded out both times to the pitcher and the second. And that's going to be back to the mound. Stottlemyre, 46 and a 2. It's going to be barely fielding column 1. And that's going to be he's going to spin around, throw down the second with Jeter covering. Again, they get the lead runner. And that brings up Joyner now. Joyner's 1 for 2 with an RBI single back in the 4th. Now you got Anderson down at first. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And Soriano makes a nice play. He goes over to first. And that'll end the inning. And the Angels strand 1. We go to the top of the 7th in a 3-2 ball game. The top of the order due up here against Chuck, Jeter, Mattingly, and Judge. Jeter's 1 for 2. He is doubled in the 1st, came around the score, and walked in the 5th, came around the score. So every time he's let off the inning, he has got on base and scored. And that's going to be against the lefty. 26. He's not getting on board this time, that's for sure. That's going to be a ground ball down to Bobby at second. He fires over to first for out number 1. Brings up Donnie Baseball, and he's 1 for 2. He's walked and singled back in the 1st. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. So again, the Yankees get some runners on with the big boys coming up. Aaron's already launched one today. His first homer of the year. He's 1 for 3 with a 3-run shot back in the 5th. And that's going to be against the lefty at 25 on an 8. 25 on an 8 is a pop up down the short for out number 2. And here comes the Mick, and the Mick has yet to been pitched to. The Mick has been walked 3 times, folks. Here's the pitch to Mickey. And that's the first time they pitched to him today, and that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Chuck fields it, fires over the first, and the Yankees strand 1. We go to the 7th inning stretch in a 3-2 ball game. And I'll be right back, folks. care of this. Alrighty, you just got some cough drops here. Trying to make it through this game. And you got the sensei to lead it off, followed by Gritch. And Apba. The sensei's 0 for 2. He's struck out and flown out. And that's going to be a single, I believe, in the left field. Yeah, single in the left field by the sensei. So that'll get the bullpen up here. Yankees got a hell of a bullpen. Single in the left. Tying run down at first. Bobby Gritch is up. And Bobby is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Yankees looking for that ground ball double play. That's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Bobby. They'll falling behind here. Man, that's going to be a ground ball like they want it back to the mound. And they're going to get the lead runner down at second. 1-1-6 put out. Yeah. Bar's up now. And he is 0 for 2. He's flown out and struck out. And that's another 2-0 count. Mel keeps falling behind here, folks. Going to catch up with him. But that's a fly ball out to Mick. He gets to it, makes the catch for out number 2. And this will be it for Chuck. Have a pitch hitter here in the 7th. So he goes 7 innings, gives up 5 hits and 3 runs. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here. And O'Shaughnessy's going to come off the bench. The left-hander. And he is batting .250. He has a homer and an RBI. Here's the pitch from Mel. And that's going to be another 2-0 count. He is flirting with danger, folks. And he gets away with it, comes back and strikes him out after falling behind 2-0. And I can guarantee you that's going to be the last inning for STOTTLEMYRE. He goes 7 innings. We'll have a new pitcher, I'll tell you that. He's floating around with danger. So let's see who's going to come in the game now. You got no lefties in the bullpen for these Angels. Let's see here. I think let's see who we're going to go with since they don't got a lefty in the bullpen. It's crazy, no lefties.
Percival.
I guess we'll go with Troy Percival here. Bring on Troy Percival. Where's Troy at? There he is. So Troy will come in here and pitch. Try to keep this a one-run ball game. You got Maris, Howard, and Soriano due up here against him. You can see the Angels' upcoming schedule. They stay at home and play Cleveland for 3 and Boston for 2. And Rogers 0 for 3. He's grounded out, popped up, and flown out. Not this time. That ball is high. That ball is gone, folks. Kiss it goodbye. And Roger gives the Yankees a little breathing room. It's 4-2. And now all 3 of the big boys are this season. Judge, Mantle, and Maris all have a homer. Here comes Elston Howard up. He's 1 for 3. Single back in the 4th. And Troy bounces back and gets a strikeout. I forgot to tell you, it's his first appearance of the year. And in 1995, he was 3-2 with 3 saves and a 1.95 ERA. And Soriano's up now. He's 0 for 3. He's flown out to left, right, and center. And this time he blasts that ball down the first baseline, and Anderson's not going to get to it, and he's in there with a stand-up 1-out double. So Soriano, well, wait a second here, if I get the right card, he might not have hit a double. Get the right card. Have to re-roll again. And let's see what happens here. He might not have hit a double. And he did hit a double, so in the right field, should have just kept it there. So Soriano's on with a 1-out double. Now Boyer's up. Like I say, Angels ain't going to walk him because they're pretty sure there's going to be a pitch hitter here for STOTTLEMYRE. Boyer's 0 for 2. He's walked, struck out, and grounded out. And that's going to be against the righty. 23 on a 8. 23 and an 8 is going to be a ground ball down. Nope, it's going to be a pop-up down the third. The Sensei makes the catch for out number 2. Well, the pitch hitter here for STOTTLEMYRE as he goes 7 innings. And he's going to come off the bench here. And we're going to bring out my boy Bobby Mercer. Bobby Mercer's going to come off the bench here. See if he can do some damage. Anybody watches the channel knows I'm a big Bobby Mercer fan. See if he can come up with a big base hit here. Where's Bobby at? There he is. And Bobby's first plate appearance of the year in 1971, batted 331, 25 homers, 94 RBIs. And that's going to be against a righty at 21. And that's going to be a ground ball down to the sensei. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. Bobby goes down swinging, and that'll end the inning. And now we'll see who's going to come out here and pitch in the 8th inning here. And who they got coming up here? They got a lefty and 2 righties. So the Goose is going to come out here and pitch the 8th inning here. Out comes the Goose. See if he can keep this a 2-run ball game here. He'll face the lefty to start out with, and then 2 righties coming up. And what year is this for the Goose? 1978. He was 10-11 with 27 saves and a 2.01 ERA. Here's the pitch from the Goose. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second for out number 1. So he gets the lefty out. Do they want to pitch it here for Downing? Is the question. Nope, they're going to let Brian bat rather. So Brian's going to stay in the game. He is 1 for 3. He did single back in the 6th, and he gets a base on balls. Brian walks on down to first and brings up Mike Trout with 1 swing and a bat. He can tie this ball game up, folks. He's 1 for 3 with a double back in the 4th and came around to score. And he gets a hold of this one and kiss it goodbye as the Goose is just giving up a 2-run shot to Mike Trout. And it's a tie ball game, folks, just like that. It is now 4 apiece. And he's got the lefties coming up now. Do we make a switch here? That is the question. Do we make a switch here? And we're going to let the Goose try to get through this 8th inning after he's blown it. Anderson's over 3. He's grounded out twice, rounded out all 3 times. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Mattingly for out number 2. So the Goose settles down after the homer. And Wally Joyner's up now. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single back in the 4th. And that's going to be a catcher 53 and a 8. 53 and an 8 is probably going to be fielding column 3. It is. It's going to be a rare play with the runner down at first on a 41. Have to re-roll some dice here. A 16 and a 41 is going to be catcher again, and that's going to be an infield pop-up near the plate. Howard makes the catch for out number 3. But the 2-run homer ties this game up as we go to the top of the 9th. The top of the order due up here for the Yanks. Jeter, Mattingly, and Judge. Can the Yankees get the runs right back? Derek's 1 for 3 with a double in the 1st. He's walked in the 5th. He scored both in the 1st and the 5th. And that's going to be a ground ball down to the sensei for out number 1. And Mattingly comes up now. And Mattingly is 2 for 3. He is singled back in the 1st and in the 7th. Here's the pitch to Mattingly. That's going to be a base on balls. So Donnie baseballs down at first. Go ahead, run. He's on the bases. Aaron Judge hit a 3-run homer back in the 5th. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Nope, that's going to be a hit by pitch. That's an HB0, and the Yankees are not happy with that. Hit by pitch. Judge moves on down to first. Does put the go-ahead run, though, in scoring position. And here comes the Mick. And Mick is 0 for 1. He's walked 3 times and grounded out. Can the Mick be the hero here? They don't want to walk the bases loaded. They're going to, though. They are going to intentionally walk Mick and load the bases. Bring the infield in for Roger Maris, just daring him to win this ball game here, folks. He is 1 for 4. He did homer his last time up. Can Roger deliver at least a fly ball to drive in Mattingly? Let's see here. Do we want to put some speed down there at first? Third rather. For the sacrifice fly. That is the question. Put Randolph down there, and they're going to stay. We'll see if Roger can deliver here. 1 for 4 with a homer back in the 8th. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Let's see if not taking Mattingly out here is going to cost them. It's going to be a 59. I think he can walk home here. 59 minus 34 plus a 7. 32. 32 or lower. And the Judge, is he going to tag up? Judge is going to tag up from second, but they're going to go for Mattingly at third. So a 32, a 62 or lower. And the Yankees take a 1-0 lead. I mean a 5-4 lead here. And he's in there easily. And Judge makes it down to third. So a sacrifice fly. Now you got runners on the corners. And Roger delivers here, folks. First and third. And Rivera will be getting up in the bullpen now. Get ready to try to save this 5-4 ball game. Elston Howard is 1 for 4. He singled back in the 4th. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. But Roger Maris with the sacrifice fly gives the Yankees a lead. And like I say, Mr. Rivera is going to be coming in the game. Try to nail this down here. Do we want to make a double switch here? No, we'll leave it. We'll leave it be. We'll leave it be here. So we'll bring in Mo. Try to nail this game down. He'll be facing the sensei, Gritch, and Apba. And Doug is 1 for 3. He singled back in the 7th. And that's going to be against the righty. 25. That'll be a ground ball down the third. For out number 1, he hits it to his counterpart. And that brings up Bobby Gritch now. And Bobby is 0 for 3. He's grounded out all 3 times. And that's going to be a swing and a miss for out number 2. And Ibar's up. He's 0 for 3. He's flown out twice and struck out down to the last out. And he gets a hold of this one off of Rivera. How far is this one going to go, folks? That's going to be laced in the right field. The M&M boys can't get to it. That goes to the wall for a 2-out double. These Angels ain't done yet. So runner down at second, 2 outs. And we'll have a pitch hitter here for Troy. Let's see who's going to come off the bench. for these Angels. Don't have a lefty to bring off the bench. Let's see here. Troy Gloss is going to try to come out here and tie this ball game up. He is batting .250 on the year, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty. 26 on a 9. And that is going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out to end the ball game, folks. The Yankees hold on and win 5-4. Give these Angels credit. They're playing tough ball. Yankees sweep and go home. Box score. The Goose wins the game after blowing the save. So the Yankees are 5 runs on 7 hits and no errors. The Angels 4 runs, 8 hits and no errors. Yeah, they're tough. They are a tough team. I don't think they're going to win a lot, Ken, but they're tough. They're not going to get blown out. That's for sure. Old Donnie Baseball was 2 for 3. You had Maris and Judge hitting homers. They walked the Mick 4 times, folks. Walked him and made the bases loaded to one time. Did not want to pitch to the Mick. We'll have to look here what his on base percentage is. It's got to be crazy. Yankees were only 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. They left 10 men on base. Should have blown this game open. How about Estrada 2 for 3? Trout 2 for 4 with a homer. You had Estrada and Trout both homer and 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. STOTTLEMYRE pitched a hell of a game. Get a no decision out of it. They only left 5 men on base. Made some great opportunities. When they had it, they came through. STOTTLEMYRE, like I say, gets a no decision. 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, walked 1, struck out 5, and gave up the leadoff homer. The Goose comes in, blows the save, picks up the win, though. 1 inning, 1 hit, 2 runs, struck out, walked 1. Like I say, gets the win. Rivera comes in, gets his first save of the year. 1 inning, 1 hit, and 2 strikeouts. Chuck Finley goes 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 6 walks, struck out 3 and a homer. And Troy comes in, picks up the loss. 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, walked 2, struck out 3, and gave up the homer. Take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard. Yankees are now a game up on the Orioles. Half a game up on the Orioles, a game up on Boston, who's 1-1. And the Devil Rays are 1-2, a game and a half back. Detroit's 2-1, a half a game up on Indians. KC's 1-2, a game back, and the White Sox 0-2, a game and a half back. And out west, the Rangers are 2-0. And got Oakland and Seattle 1-1, a game back. And now the Angels are 0-2, 2 games back. Curtis Anderson's leading with 800. Batting average, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players tied with 2 homers and 2 players tied with 4 RBIs. Of course, the ERA leader is going to be at 0, wins at 1. And right now, the saves are all at 1. Jorge Cantu is leading in the MVP, and Jim Palmer in the Cy Young. See what the next game will be here. It'll be a National League game. See what it'll be. So it's going to be the Dodgers and Cardinals. Let's see how many game series that is. So it looks like they play on the 31st. They don't play on the 1st. They play on the 2nd. Yeah, they play on the 2nd. I doubt they play on the 3rd. So it'll probably just be a 2-game series. Yep, a 2-game series. Dodgers and Cardinals. Let's take a look what the pitching matchup will be for opening day. See here for the Dodgers first. And it's going to be Clayton Kershaw going up on the mound for the Dodgers, and he's going to pitch for the Cardinals. I assume it's going to be Bob Gibson. We'll see here. Yep, Bob Gibson against Kershaw. Yeah, exactly. They haven't played yet, is right, Ken. And let's take a quick look here at Mickey's on base percentage. It's got to be crazy. Well, walking 4 times in this game. Take a look here at the Mick. On base percentage so far this year. They don't want to pitch to him. I might have to change the lineup around, but I make them have to pitch to the Mick. Especially with a left-hander pitcher on the mound. I don't see him pitching to Mick much. I see him walking and trying to deal with Roger. Roger's going to have to make him pay this year. Let's see here what the Mick. There's Mick. God darn it. Stop moving around here. What the? Here we go. On base percentage right now is 556. 556. He has walked 5 times. Yeah. He's been to the plate 10 times. He's got a hit and 5 walks. Crazy. Crazy. I want to thank Ken Castro for stopping by. Like I say, the next game will be Clayton Kershaw going up against Bob Gibson. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out, hit that like button and leave a comment. Until next time, y'all have a great day and take care.